The dogfish shark is not the kind of animal that demands attention with size, speed, or spectacle. It does not breach the surface in dramatic arcs, nor does it dominate headlines with attacks or cinematic myth. Instead, it exists in the margins of human awareness, gliding through cold, dark waters with a patience that borders on indifference. Yet this quiet shark represents one of the most successful survival strategies in the entire evolutionary history of vertebrates. Dogfish sharks have persisted for tens of millions of years with a design so efficient that radical change was never necessary. In a world obsessed with extremes, the dogfish survives through balance, restraint, and quiet endurance. Belonging primarily to the genus Squalus, dogfish sharks are among the most widespread sharks on Earth, inhabiting continental shelves and slopes across the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. Fossil evidence suggests their lineage stretches back at least 200 million years, placing their ancestors alongside the earliest dinosaurs. While continents fractured, climates shifted, and mass extinctions erased countless lineages, the dogfish shark continued to swim, largely unchanged in form, function, and behavior. Evolution did not abandon the dogfish, it perfected it early and then stepped aside. Physically, the dogfish shark is modest but unmistakably built for survival. Most species range between 60 and 120 centimeters in length, though some individuals grow larger in deeper waters. The body is slender and streamlined, shaped like a living torpedo designed to minimize energy expenditure during long-distance movement. Its skin is covered in dermal denticles, tiny, tooth-like scales that reduce drag and protect against parasites and abrasion. These denticles also give the shark its rough texture, a biological armor refined over millions of years. Unlike many other sharks, dogfish lack an anal fin, a trait that helps distinguish them taxonomically and reflects their ancient origins. One of the dogfish shark's most defining physical traits is the presence of sharp dorsal spines positioned in front of each dorsal fin. These spines are mildly venomous in some species, delivering a painful deterrent to predators rather than a lethal weapon. This defensive adaptation allows dogfish sharks to survive encounters with much larger predators without relying on speed or aggression. Instead of fleeing blindly, the dogfish turns its back and presents its spines, a quiet but effective message that says survival does not always belong to the fastest or strongest. The head of the dogfish shark is blunt, housing keen sensory systems that compensate for low-light environments. Its eyes are adapted to detect movement in dim waters, while electroreceptors known as ampullae of Lorenzini allow it to sense the faint electrical signals produced by the muscle contractions of prey. This sensory network enables the dogfish to hunt efficiently in deep, murky environments where vision alone would fail. Its nostrils, located beneath the snout, are highly sensitive to chemical cues, allowing it to track prey over long distances by scent alone. Behaviorally, the dogfish shark challenges the stereotype of sharks as solitary hunters. Many species are highly social, forming large schools that can number in the hundreds or even thousands. These schools are often segregated by sex and size, a behavior thought to reduce competition and increase reproductive efficiency. In colder waters, dogfish sharks undertake seasonal migrations, moving into shallower regions during warmer months and retreating to deeper waters as temperatures drop. These migrations are not chaotic, they follow patterns shaped by water temperature, prey availability, and reproductive cycles. Feeding behavior in dogfish sharks is defined by opportunism and adaptability. Their diet includes small fish, squid, crustaceans, jellyfish, and even carrion. Rather than specializing in a single prey type, dogfish sharks exploit whatever resources are available, a strategy that allows them to thrive in environments where food availability fluctuates. Their teeth are small but sharply cusped, arranged in rows that allow for efficient grasping and cutting. When a tooth is lost, it is quickly replaced, ensuring continuous feeding capability throughout the shark's life. Dogfish sharks play a critical ecological role as mesopredators, occupying a middle position in the marine food web. They regulate populations of smaller fish and invertebrates, preventing any single species from dominating the ecosystem. This balance helps maintain healthy marine environments, particularly in cold and temperate regions where biodiversity is tightly linked to predator-prey dynamics. The removal of dogfish sharks from an ecosystem can trigger cascading effects, leading to overpopulation of certain species and the depletion of others. Reproduction in dogfish sharks is among the most remarkable aspects of their biology. Many species, particularly the spiny dogfish, Squalus acanthius, exhibit one of the longest gestation periods of any vertebrate, lasting up to 24 months. This slow reproductive strategy contrasts sharply with that of many fish species, which produce thousands of eggs with minimal parental investment. Dogfish sharks give birth to fully developed live young, investing heavily in each offspring to increase its chances of survival. This strategy reflects a life history approach centered on quality over quantity. However, this reproductive strategy also makes dogfish sharks particularly vulnerable to overfishing. Slow growth rates, late sexual maturity, and long gestation periods mean populations recover very slowly once depleted. During the 20th century, dogfish sharks were heavily fished for their meat, liver oil, and fins, particularly in the North Atlantic. In some regions, they were targeted deliberately due to their perceived competition with commercial fish species. This misunderstanding of their ecological role led to population declines that took decades to reverse. Despite these pressures, dogfish sharks have demonstrated a resilience that borders on stubbornness. Conservation measures, including fishing quotas and protected areas, have allowed some populations to stabilize or recover. Scientific research continues to reveal new insights into their migration patterns, genetic diversity, and ecological importance. Far from being relics of the past, dogfish sharks are active participants in modern marine ecosystems, adapting subtly to changing conditions without abandoning their ancient blueprint. The dogfish shark's relationship with humans is complex and often contradictory. In some cultures, it is considered a valuable food source, while in others it is viewed as a nuisance or bycatch. In recent years, public perception has begun to shift as awareness grows about the importance of sharks to ocean health. The dogfish, once overlooked due to its small size and unassuming nature, is increasingly recognized as a symbol of evolutionary success and ecological balance. What makes the dogfish shark truly extraordinary is not any single trait, but the harmony of its design. It does not dominate its environment, it fits into it. It does not rely on speed alone, nor on brute force, nor on complex social structures. Instead, it survives through a combination of adaptability, patience, and resilience. In an era defined by rapid change and environmental uncertainty, the dogfish shark stands as a reminder that survival is not always about innovation. Sometimes, it is about knowing when enough is enough. As oceans warm and human activity intensifies, the future of the dogfish shark remains uncertain. Climate change alters migration routes and prey availability, while pollution and habitat degradation introduce new challenges. Yet if history is any guide, the dogfish shark will continue to endure, slipping through the cracks of catastrophe as it has done for millions of years. It is not a relic frozen in time, but a living testament to the power of evolutionary restraint. The story of the dogfish shark is not loud, dramatic, or heroic in the conventional sense. It is quiet, persistent, and deeply instructive. It teaches us that survival does not always favor the boldest or the biggest, but often those who master the art of balance. In the cold, dark waters where light fades and noise disappears, the dogfish shark continues its ancient journey, unchanged, undefeated, and largely unnoticed, exactly as evolution intended.